Songs are just good things. They never change their tune. They fill a lonesome evening, an empty afternoon. Okay, guys, this isn't a singing video. This song popped into my head last week, just as I got up early in the day, and it played in my head throughout the day. I think it's a song by B.J. Thomas. And as usual, when I hear a song that I knew when I was younger, I always equate it with whether it was a good time, was it an easy time. And this song fit into the time when I think my life was not complicated because I didn't have any bills. Perhaps I was like 8 or 9 years old. And then during the day, the Holy Spirit reminded me, I don't think it wasn't so. You see, guys, sometimes the complication in our lives are man-made or we created it, like Paula made. And then sometimes it's things that we have no control of. Anyway, in this week's video, I will let you know about one of the complications that I started in my life when I was wee bit, and how we have to look at things differently because complication is here. It was, it is, and it always will be there. So we have to figure out a way how to deal with it. So Simon, a believer who 25 plus years ago made a decision that changed my life, strengthened my faith, which led to a closer walk with God. On this platform, we encourage women to embrace changes one step at a time. If you are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome also. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so YouTube will let you know when I put up a next video. Guys, as I said in the introduction and I attempted to sing, this song just came to my spirit and I did the usual. Oh, this was a time when life wasn't so complicated and time was so easy, because this is how I look back. Music had played and it still does a major part in my life, and I, based on the song, could tell you when it was a great time in my life or when it wasn't such a great time in my life. But that song, I think it's by B.J. Thomas, came out a time when I was young and I didn't have bills, so I would say it wasn't complicated. And then the Holy Spirit reminded me of this. Right in front of my eyes, I see the word electricity. Electricity. And I knew exactly what it represented. You see, I was in, I think, first standard going into second standard. And if I rightly remember, I had to be about 7 or 7.5 years old. I'm not certain. But just as the last day of school, Miss Roberts put on the chalkboard the word electricity, there was 3 things wrong with this situation. 1, the word looked extremely long and frightening. 2, when would I learn to spell the word electricity? And most of all, it was in join up. Guys, that was scary for me. It was the end of the school year, so the entire summer, this thing kept playing in my head. When I go to the next class, I would fail because I don't know this word. In fact, I didn't even know how to pronounce it. And it's so big and scary. And what that memory really brings to mind is that at the time, it was complicated for me. It was stressful. Although I didn't need to, and I didn't have the sense or the knowledge to realize that you get new stuff and then you learn how to handle it, and then you get better. Then you will go to the next class and you will face it again. And guys, this is just as it is in our lives right now. Nothing will ever be perfect. Nothing will ever be the way we would want it to be. There will always be something that is a bit scary. And especially if we're thinking about changing in any way, forget it. We're getting out of our comfort zone. We either starting a new job or one should be ending one. We should be starting or ending a relationship, whether it's kids, whether it's our parents, whether it's the homeowners association, or the power company, or the car, or the mortgage company. There will be always something that will bother you. You will always be in a position where you have to make a change. You have two options. Either the discomfort of change or live in regret. So we will always have a time in our lives where we have to make these decisions. Right now, there might be an opening on the job. In fact, the last person that was in that position, either they were fired or they left the job. You're there picking up the slack, doing everything that is pertaining to this next level, which you're most naturally not getting paid for, because this is how the corporate world behaves. They lose 3 employees, the other 6 have to pick up the work, and chances are they might not even replace those 3 employees. But you're doing everything. The opening is there. You won't approach your boss or you won't apply. Why? Because they said they want somebody with a master's and I only have a bachelor's. Yes, you only have a bachelor's. But with that level of education, you were able to execute that job for the last month, 6 months, who knows, the last year. The thoughts of going to your supervisor or your boss or human resources and letting them know, I would like the job. If they said, okay, you need to get a master's, I understand your job need a master's, but at this level I'm at, I was able to do this job for the last year. Why I can't get a promotion? These are things that we might need to do. But again, we operating in fear. And when the fear step in, then we start to look for any reason why we can't move forward, why we can't change. And guys, I'm saying it, if you're not growing, you're dying. And most of all, if you get a little inkles, you get a premonition to improve yourself. As a believer, this is the way of God talking to you. He would not tell the supervisor to tell you to get the job if you of your own self saying that I don't think I could do it, or I can't make a change, or what will happen if I leave this person, or what will happen to this. I'm telling you, the amount of excuses we could make about not moving forward is endless. But as believers and on this bold walk, we have to step out in faith. We have to look at it. Am I stepping in front of a car on the I-75? No, you're not doing anything so dangerous and stupid. So why not think about applying for a new job? Why not thinking about changing your zip code? All of these things are possible. And the more we focus on not doing it, take it from me, there will be a litany of excuses. And then we will get people in our life to agree with us why we shouldn't move. And you say, oh, you see what happened to Harold? When he moved and when this thing happened to him. And you don't even know when Harold moved, what Harold really did make Harold end up in that problem. But you buy that story, hook, line, and sinker. Why? Because it helped to confirm your doubts and fear. Guys, we now will be scared. There will never be a time when life is not complicated. But as we grow and as we get on our walk and we see how God has worked in our lives, we go back to our frame of reference. We could know, okay, it was complicated with the car and God sorted it out. So, this complication with the house, he will sort it out also. We just can't afford to sit and wait and make excuses. Guys, we have one life. I know they said that reincarnation. I don't know. But I base upon what's happening right now. On the basis on what I understand. We have one life. So we have an option whether to live it in fear or in faith. Because if we have fear there, our Father ain't getting involved in that. He don't share stuff. It's either you trust him or you don't trust him. And another thing too, he don't force his trust on us. He gave us the opportunity for us to wholeheartedly go to him, and he would work it out for us. Guys, remember, he knows our hearts. He knows our thoughts. And he knows when we genuinely need and wants his help. So, I hope you will put some of those complications at the back. And who knows, try singing the song. See if it's The Truth Is by B.J. Thomas. I think so. And sing along. Right? Guys, have a great week. We will be talking next week. Bye.